In this video I'm going to be discussing bandoliers, or showing you some examples of bandoliers. Now, the reason really you have bandoliers is to carry additional ammunition. I'm not talking the types of bandoliers like you would see in the cowboy movies for use with lever action rifles, or that you'll see some people wearing for carrying around shotgun shells. These will be bandoliers for carrying additional drums or magazines or other types of munitions items. Now, first off, this is a cloth bandolier. This is one actually that would be more towards the Vietnam War era. Each pocket on the bandolier had a cardboard insert with two 10-round strippers in it and a magazine charger for loading 20-round magazines. And then afterwards, the troop, the Marine, could put those loaded 20-round magazines inside each of the pockets, and they would wear it over their gear to supplement the ammunition that would be in their ammo pouches on their pistol belt. This style has not been issued in a long time since they were used up. The newer style is similar, but there's not as many pockets. I think it's like 5 or 6 pockets on the new ones, and then each pocket has 30 rounds on stripper clips. But it's the same concept. You can then put the loaded 30-round magazine in the bandolier, and you can sling the bandolier over your gear to supplement what's in your pouches. Now, they went with another concept when they came out with the rifleman set. The rifleman set was basically an updated LBE, or load-bearing equipment. We got these with the rifleman sets. They're bandoliers designed to hold 6 30-round magazines, and you can lengthen the strap as you need for putting over your shoulder. I never used those bandoliers. In the unit I was in, when we were issued the rifleman sets, we had to collect them up from our soldiers and turn them into supply, and they were going to hang on to them for when emergency resupply would be required. Now, some armies around the world have gone with bandoliers as kind of a primary means for ammunition. I know the Chinese did that for a long time. They've kind of continued the concept the way it looks. This is a Chinese military-made ammunition bandolier. It'll hold 2 AK 30-round magazines, but the pouches, or the pockets, are bigger than this magazine, so I have a suspicion that these pouches are designed to hold 2 each of the current issue magazine for the rifle that they're carrying. This particular pouch here, or bandolier, is a Russian-made bandolier for the RPK. It is designed to hold 4 40-round magazines. If you see inside, you have pockets for 4 mags. And then on the back of it, you can put it on a regular belt. It will not fit on a pistol belt, but would fit on belt for holding up your trousers. Now, here is another Chinese military designed pouch. This one is either for an e-tool or a drum. I suspect they built it to hold both. It does hold a 75-round drum fairly easily. It will close when you push this all the way down in here. Now, the 2 Chinese bandoliers I have, those came in a set that were being sold by sportsmansguide.com. They might still have them. They were pretty decent in price, and quite frankly, at the price that I got it for, You know, that alone would be the price of a bandolier for just a drum pretty much anywhere else. Now you also have bandoliers that will come with ordnance that's issued, like saw drums. When they show up inside the can, you have 4 200 round drums inside the can. The majority of the time I was in the military, especially when I did carry the saw, this is how we carried our ammo. We just pulled our drums, we slung the bandoliers over us, over the top of our LBEs, and went for the mission. Up here is an M18a1 Claymore. This particular one is a training Claymore. When they get issued to you, everything you need comes inside the bandolier. Then you just take the bandolier, you shoulder it over your gear, or you put it in the top of your rucksack, or tie it to the top of your rucksack. These bandoliers can be used afterwards. I know when we did use Claymores in training and that stuff, we would, unless we had to turn them in, we would keep the bandoliers and we would use them for other things. And those other things could be, you know, training satchel charges or carrying additional demo items. I knew one person who had one of these. He used it as his shaving kit. He kept his shaving cream, his razors, his soap, all that stuff inside one of these. Now this down here, I'm showing to you because the purpose really of this video is to show you ways to carry additional ammunition. This is not a bandolier. This is an ammunition vest or ammunition bag. This is an M18a1. These were issued during World War II, and I've heard of them being used up into Vietnam. Now these bags were issued for the ammo handlers, for mortar teams, and were also used by the assistant gunner on the bazooka team. He would carry additional bazooka rockets inside these. There's a pouch on the front, a pouch on the back. Now if you ever find ones that's just the M2 ammunition bag, they do not have this clip up here. That was a big complaint, especially in the Pacific, that when the ammunition bearers would bring up the ammunition, they would have to take off their helmet in order to take the vest off and leave it at the mortar tube and then go back for more rounds. Well, they came out with this variation late in the war, the M2A1, where they put this hook up here on the shoulder and a hook here on the side, so that when they got to the point that needed the ammunition for the mission, they just undid the hooks, dropped the bag, grabbed the empties, tossed it on in reverse of the way they took this one off, and went and got more mortar rounds or more rockets. If you plan on having heavy weapons teams and you're especially going to be light infantry, I suggest you get a hold of some of these. You can find them on eBay. But be advised, they're getting harder to find, so you are going to spend more for them. I think when I bought these, I spent around 40 bucks a piece. I do have more than one of them, and I do want to get more of them sometime. I know some people were asking like $100 a piece, but no one was paying that much, so just be advised on that one. Now for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and Militia movement, always remember, essayons.